Oops, I think I'm live. Sorry, just moving around. Real problem trying to get the light consistent, because like taking any photographs, if the light's not the same on both sides, you end up looking very, very strange. I just look scruffy. This is how I normally look. Right. Okay. I'll start with the haul, and then I'll bring up something that has probably been brought up many times before, and I'm obviously late to the party, but scheduled listings. Yes, right. Well, I'll leave that for a moment. I went out this morning and I spent £21 in total. Oh, hello, people are already here. Hello, Crispy. I know there've been a lot of lives. I'm not going to make this very long. I know we're all busy people. I went and did all my posting this morning. I had quite a decent weekend. And then I had to go and post a load of parcels, and then I went to the shop and bought things. So yeah, I wasn't really supposed to be going to spend things, but I knew that I ought to go and check this place out because it's usually pretty good, and I hadn't been in a while. So hello, Crispy. Hello, Pound Girl. Hello, Sue's Piles of Shames. Auntie Sue. Hello, lovely. L33. No, should we start that one again? L33 Mrs. Hello. DBG. Hello there. Ah, right. You can always watch it back. You don't have to watch me live trundling about. Oh, actually, there's very little clothes here. So, Crispy, I didn't buy many clothes. It was an everything £2, and none of the clothes that I could see, or very few of them, appealed to me. That doesn't mean there wasn't anything decent, and it doesn't mean I won't go back again later in the week. Oh, you're waiting for little Taylor to fall asleep. Yeah, hopefully he will. I hope so. Hopefully they'll fall asleep. So, dubbies are funny like that, trying to make the most. When I was a hypnotherapist and my son was very small, he got to that sort of 18 months sort of stage, and he used to have a nap literally between 1 and 3. So I could actually see clients for hypnotherapy at that time. He was so clockwork and so reliable. I'm not sure I'd chance that now. I don't know how I got away with it. Right, here's the coat. We'll do the clothes first. I liked this. The colour doesn't show up as good on camera. It's a really nice teal woven one, double-breasted, with these lovely faux leather buttons. They're plastic. But it is Marks and Spencer's autograph, so it's quite a nice brand. In pretty decent condition. With these kind of woven ones, you get the odd thread. But I find if I know it's not connected to anything else, it's not going to unravel, I can just go over and gently cut them back so that they're not hanging out. Just a really nice style, sort of double pocket. Winter is coming, as we say. So I think I'll do all right on that. If I click over a bit, I've already drafted them because I thought, you've got to do that, haven't you? I'm thinking you can steal me. I was going to ask about £30 for this. Because one sold, but then it sold in summer. It's not really the best time to be buying. And I would imagine that was quite an expensive coat new. So I'm punting it out there at about 30. That was £2. Everything is £2 unless it was less, in which case I will tell you. Clothing once again. This is a leather waistcoat. I've got a bit of a thing for waistcoats. It's probably just me, but they do sell. It's leather fronted, satin backed. It's actually a ladies' one, not a man's. I've seen men's ones by this company that have sold, Reward, London. So it's kind of vintage. It's got some rather handsome little buttons on. I don't know, I have a thing for buttons. I like smart buttons on things. It's a size 10, so that's what told me it was definitely a ladies. And if I click back to that, I'm going to try £19.99. What I do is I tend to price fairly high to start with, and if I get fed up with something or I've got too much stock, then I will reduce. So now this is probably one of the smallest things I've ever seen, and I don't know what I'm asking for this because I haven't done the proper research. You get this jacket, which is tiny. I mean, I'm literally, where's the tape measure? I mean, I think this would have been quite small even back in the day. This would have been for someone very teeny because it actually measures 13 across the waist. So that's, all right, that's a 26-inch waist. Yeah, okay. It looks tiny to me now because I'm not tiny. But it's a lovely style. It's kind of, it hasn't got shoulder pads, but it is a nipped in waist. But it's not just this jacket that came for the £2. It came with, again, what I consider to be the world's tiniest skirt. My son would barely. Yeah, anyway, teeny tiny little pencil skirt. And they're all teeny tiny. Can you tell? There's a theme. A very little strappy top. This all comes with it. Obviously 80s. And then the world's teeny tiniest little belt. That will go around a thigh. Quite possibly, well, maybe not, a thigh and a half. Teeny tiny little belt. It is vintage, not only from the style, but there's a label in here which says Rainbow and Spoon, which I think is a company that seems to still be going now. But if I can find somewhere tiny, and I'm talking a 6 to 8 maximum, because that isn't even going to fit on my mannequin, I don't think, which is an 8 to 10 size. That is quite a cute little set. And being monochrome, it never completely goes out of fashion. And that sort of very nipped in style, kind of 80s does 40s, should sell to somebody of suitable petite proportions, is what I'm trying to be polite and saying. But I was astounded. I would have bought it just for the jacket, actually, because I think that's so cool. Now, in terms of clothes, that was it. 3 items. Whole big shop. I don't know how I did it. Oh, goodness me. I haven't said hello to people. I don't mean to be rude. Let me just click back up here and say hello. Hello, Jem. Oh, hello, Lainey. Yeah, Lainey's in. Do check out her channel. It's absolutely brilliant. Andrea, hello. Size 8. Yes, well, possibly. But even then, I would say it's quite a small 8. Is there particular names? Let's see if a bracelet, which is a wide cuff, but oval and open at the back. A cuff bangle, perhaps? Open cuff? I don't know for sure. Lex is probably the person, and she's enjoying herself somewhere abroad as we speak. I've seen the evidence. She's gone abroad and she's enjoying herself. Right, so we're going to move on from clothes. It's not a big haul, this one. It's small. Armlet. Well, armlet would be one that goes up here. You know, those lovely kind of snake ones that people have. Possibly. Maybe it does go up the arm. These are definitely a vintage style. They look like boats, don't they? Pointy toes, slightly squared off toe. It's tan, very much a colour. Suede. I kind of thought for £2. It was the label that I saw that made me think maybe. Yves Saint Laurent. Nice leather soles. There again. I find slip-on shoes aren't quite as popular as a nice brogue or Oxford lace-up, but these are in pretty good nick. And for a couple of quid, I thought it was worth a punt. They are only like an 8.5, but they're kind of boat-like, very boat-like. But you know, people need them for props and for TV shows and vintage evenings. It's not necessarily something someone's going to wear right now. Oh, it's got balls on the end. It's a talk. It is a talk. Yes, it will be a talk because you can get talks as necklaces or arm cuffs or bracelets. I've got a silver one here. Do you mean something a bit like this? This is. Hoping it's in there. Do you mean something? Ooh, are you still there? Do you mean something a bit like that with the balls on the end? Because if you do, that will be a talk. No? Oh, all right. Like a bangle but closes. No balls. Okay, not like that. I'll put my balls away. We've all seen enough of those. Bangle but closes fully. Interesting. Right, now, it was a shoe kind of a morning this morning, and I'm just reaching behind you for these. And these are, yes, it's really a week for Lokes. These are Lokes, not the 1881 ones. These are Loke Bros It says shoemakers, established in 1880. These again, I think, are like an 8.5. So technically, they're too small for my son, which I'm never going to get my head around. They've got somewhere to the heel, and I always say you have to declare all these things. Nice leather soles. But these are extra wide. They are extremely extra, enormously wide. And I would imagine that it's probably quite difficult to find shoes when you've got extra wide feet that don't cost the earth. So given that they're not a massive size, let me just click back and I can tell you, Lokes Brothers. Yeah, I'm being a bit ambitious with these because there's some others that are on in a different size for $64.99. So I thought I'm going to fling them on for $64.99, and well, you know, if they go, they go, and if not, well, I'll reduce accordingly. But you know, you've got to be bold. Fortune favours the brave, after all. Oh, we're going to have a live after me. It's going to be a whole day, whole day of lives. I still haven't managed to watch all of Shelley's back or Karen's, but I will do because I've got a shed load of measuring to do once I'm done here. Why do I keep buying trainers when I know nothing about trainers? These are Vans. They're high tops. They were just in quite nice nick. They've got some grubbiness, obviously, a little grubbiness going on, but the shoes themselves are in good condition. They're really rather funky. They're an 8.5. I think Vans might come up small. I don't know if anyone knows, because they don't look that big. Maybe they are. She's listened to me and finally fallen asleep. Well, you know, that's what I do. So you want to sleep? Don't look into my eyes. You know, that sort of thing. Very good at sending people to sleep. Not always what we want, but there you go. I've actually got a bit of a sore throat this morning. I'm getting a cold, hence why I'm working like the clappers in case I have to have a day off. These are called, I did look them up because I don't know much about any of this. These are called, here we go, let me go down the page a bit. Vans Off the Wall, SK8, high top, canvas and suede trainers, size 8.5. So I thought they were rather nice. I've just done a draft from something. I do some sell similars. I find something that's as nearest to what I can get, and I do a sell similar that has sold. I kind of figure I can't go too far wrong with that. Good question, Deb Hughes. I'm not exactly totally sure about that. I will go at it with a magic eraser. I've heard that Jif or Sif or whatever it's called now is also quite good. But, you know, I'm never going to be brave enough to fling anything with suede into the washing machine. Just know. I'll do everything I can just to clean around. And if it doesn't come off completely, I will just declare and show them as they are. Skate, SK8 is skate. Yes, of course it is. Sorry, brain not engaged. They are skate shoes. And in fact, so are these. They were probably, they might have been the same people. I quite like these. Nikes. These are skate shoes again. There we go. Nice little Nikes. They're in pretty good nick. There's a little bit of fading to the tops. Actually, it looks far worse on camera than it did in real life. So who knows what I'll be getting for those. But these are... oh dear. Not with it at all, am I? These are Nike Rabona red canvas suede trainers, size 8.5. So these are also an 8.5. Yeah, okay, so you say the Vans do come up small. That doesn't surprise me. I think anyone who, what I will do is I put in the size that it says on the shoe. I explain, I've checked with because those have only got a US sizing, so they were obviously not bought in this country. And, you know, I do say I've done the measurement from front to back of how long the footbed is. People who buy Vans probably know what their size is. It's a bit like DMs, isn't it? These again, I don't know what I'll get for them. It's not going to be huge amounts, but then again, bearing in mind I only paid £2 for them, I'm going to try for $19.99. Especially if I will have a go at cleaning the suede a little bit. I'm quite good with suede because I wear quite a lot of it. So those are the kind of expected finds, if you like. Still a teenager. Of course you are, DBG. My teenage days are a very long way in the past. They're very far behind. Oh, you've got a sore throat and a headache too, Deb. Yeah, my son's had a nasty cold and I think he's just been generous. He's been bloody generous with his germs. Bit of pottery madness. This is textured, so it's that fat lava kind of stuff that we all know now. Look, it's yellow. Ugh, and it's grubby. It's yellow and it has got the tiniest chip at the top here. Teeny chip, which is annoying. I just spotted this in the window and thought, you know what? And it was only £1. Musara Maybe Joe's. I've looked this up. It's quite good. This is unusual, but actually being triangular. So it is a vase. You see little tea sets of it and stuff like that. There's not a huge amount of it about. But I'm going to try for £29.99. We're going to start there and see where it goes. Is it called a nibble? It could be a nibble. It really is a tiny nibble. But if someone's a collector, they have to know these things. I just thought this was so unusual because of the shape of it as well. Yeah, I like these kind of weird things, and people are liking weird, ugly mid-century stuff now. So I'm all over it, really. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. Not quite so vintage. Merry Christmas. I said the C word. Oh dear. You'd have 35 on that. Well, I might try a bit more. It was because of the nibble. That's why I wasn't going to be too ambitious. This cost me £1, and it is, of course, as Andrea will know, Catechism. Not my style at all, but it's a Churchill mug, and apparently these go pretty well. It's quite a decent size one as well, so you get a decent pint of tea in it. If I look down here, I can tell you what I put on it. I put £19.99 on it. That was a little bit ambitious, but you know what? Why not? Christmas. Whoops! Oh, I didn't want to do that. Christmas is coming, and they have sold for less than that, but in the middle of summer, so they don't mind. Most of it I've sold has chips bigger than that. Well, that's really good to know. I may be a bit more ambitious with the pricing there. Thank you. That's very kind. There's not so much of these things about, and it is difficult. Oh, wow. I'm just making sure I say your name right, Jill. Jill Fritchley Kluzowski. Kluzowski? I hope I've said that right. It's a great name, but I'm really, really bad at pronouncing things. So please excuse if I've murdered your name. I thought this was rather cute. Really cute. I get drawn to these colours. And I sell all these sort of bits. Really rather sweet and rather lovely. A funny, unusual shape bottom, as the saying goes. This is from Bristol, down Carla's way. Bristol. I said it correctly. Oh my God. That was more by luck than by chance, Jill. I won't try it again because I'll muck it up. Yeah, this Bristol little vase here. It's just a bud vase. And it's art pottery. I do put in the title, it's blue-green with a trumpet neck, as this shape is called. And I've only got it on for £9.99. This particular little thing doesn't go for a huge amount. It cost me £1. And I'm learning. I'm very much in the learning phase about pottery because it interests me. What was slightly strange is that in the top of it was this little birdie. It is a bird. It took me a while to figure it out. I didn't think it came with it, but it was in there. It's completely opaque. You cannot see through it. It is glass, and it has a lovely feel to it. It's a stopper for something. And I've got to do some research and try and find out what it's a stopper for, because it's probably a stopper for something really lovely. Now, you sell white fries with chips. White fries, yeah, I haven't seen that very often. I'm learning. I love art glass. It's the tactile thing. It's the texture. So I don't know quite what that is, but it was sat in there like that. And I know that that's not a thing. That is totally not a thing. But, hey ho. So I've got to look into that and find out what the hell that is. Now we're getting a bit more practical. I pick up anything that looks interesting to me. I'm really trying to broaden my thing, because like I say, when you get days and there's no clothes, it helps to look. Now these look a bit sinister. I've got 10 of them, and they're really long. So, and this is not plastic, this is bamboo. This has been made and stuck in. I think they are fondue forks, as far as which is good, because I've got something else to show you in a minute. They're probably vintage. They're made by a company called Inox, or Inox, I-N-O-X, which luckily is imprinted just there. They're really well. I think they're quite fabulous. Again, bamboo is a little bit retro. Maybe a wine bottle stopper. I don't know. It just looks like it belongs with something else. That's what I was thinking of. They could be, but they're a bit short. I think you get a bit burnt with toasting forks. As far as I can tell from my researches, they seem to be fondue forks, but not the usual little tiny pronged ones. These might be for more substantial foods, I'm guessing. There's a set of 10 of them as well, which makes me think fondue are often 6 or 10, aren't they? You'd need quite a big fondue pot, mind you, for those. But they had a nice feel about them. I like bamboo. It's incredibly hard sort of wood. And if I flick back over here, I can tell you I'm going to try them for $19.99. It's kind of a bit of a stick your finger in the air price, I think, when I'm not sure. Again, they cost me £2, so what ho. Now this is where I think I really saved my money. Whether I'm going to make any, I don't know. The charity shop thought they were going to get £30 for this. It was in the window. It had £30 on it. He said, everything in the shop, £2. I kind of thought, definitely. It's not a big fondue in itself. It's quite a little pot, but it's all copper. So you've got the pot itself. Now these will possibly need a clean. I'm really unsure as to whether I should or leave the patina, because they are quite old. It's got this inside, which I know not what that is. I have not got a clue, but it's metal. Like I say, they've definitely sort of been lived in, fondued in. And the make on this one says Perk, P-E-R-K, and says it's Swiss made. But the rest of it, I've got a tray that says it's made by Spring of Switzerland. So it's not a completely matching set. So do I sell these separately? This has the burner. I'm trying to show you and making a bit of a twist it. There we go. That's how you do that. You put the fluid in there, adjust it, and this has a little house on it. Oh, hang on. That's the camera again. It catches us all out. Has a little house on it. You can sort of see there. And the make, so something like Metawa, England. So it's a right mixed bag, and I'm kind of thinking, do I sell these as separate parts or all together, or what? In fact, they thought they were going to get 30 quid for it. I think it's slightly ambitious. But there we go. Their look at, not mine. And funnily enough, these were in the window as I sat waiting outside the shop. There was another one. How bizarre. No, I won't clean the copper. I know, I can see how tempting it is. This again, they wanted £30 for. Nice little lid. Again, one of these. What the hell is that? Now this one says APCO Metalcraft Holland. So these really are coming in from all over the place. It's not that big. It's not a big fat cheese fondue sort of job. Because I know you have the meat fondue where you put the oil in, and so there's that. And then we have, of course, the copper tray, which has no branding on it at all. I love copper. I love this colour. It is just beautiful. So that's got a copper tray with it with no branding. And then this is the unit again with the burner. Cute little lid. This has the house on it again, much like the other one. So it's made by the same people. Metawa. I like the colour of the patina. This is a different shape, of course. So, yeah, if anyone's sold these before or knows, is it easy to break it up into, sell the pot, sell a base, sell a copper tray, or is it wise to try and sell them together and explain they are a bit mismatched, but you can have a lovely fondue with them together as a set? Yeah, I think I'm certainly going to try that. But the funny thing is I did pick up a big set from this same place quite a while ago that I also paid only £2 for. But that's much more of a mid-century modern set. It's got the black handle and it looks much more designery. But there's a tiny chip off the black handle and I'm thinking, do I try and glue it back on, or do I just say it's got this little piece, you might want to have it repaired? But that will go for a lot more money. So actually I think the £30 is probably what I would ask for them. I think that would be its money. From looking at solds and comparables. Obviously there's posting because they're surprisingly heavy to be added on. I would add a post on top, but maybe £29.99, something like that. Copper trays in themselves do quite well, but as I say, then these aren't particularly big and they are particularly go with these things. So I'm always drawn to things that are copper anyway. I love all of that. Oh, sorry, I can feel my voice going a little bit. Ugh. So that's my kind of not very clothing haul from my surprise place. Whether I go back to that little place towards the end of the week, I've really got quite a bit of stock to be getting on with, to be fair. I'm sitting here looking at a pile over there that needs measuring, a pile down here that needs measuring. I do my drafts, roughly drafting just to get the price in. Start again, Carla. If I started again, I'd lose my voice completely. And I'd be just like, that sort of thing. So welcome, Carla. I hope you're having a good day. I hope Molly hasn't eaten anything she shouldn't have done. And I hope you haven't had to go to the vets, doctors, or anything else. And I hope Natalie's room's coming on okay as well. Your room's looking lovely. Yeah, so there we go with that. You can rewind. I'm not going to detain you any longer. I've been going nearly half an hour. Oh my God. Gin, not at this time of the day. No. Honey and lemon, definitely. I will be having something of that. A slipper, just the one. I hope they weren't expensive slippers. Yeah, that is the problem with dogs, isn't it? They're supposed to grow out of it at some point, and presumably the other doggies have grown out of chewing. It's sort of a pup thing when they're teething, but dear God. Your Molly Moo definitely can whack back a portion or two. Jack Wolfskin, yes. I think I showed recently, and I'm going to do a sales video now that I can screen share on this StreamYard. I also sold that Didrikson red one that I showed the other week. That actually went pretty quickly too. So those kind of outdoor, zippy-uppy, hoodied outdoor clothing, it's definitely the thing. And Sue hasn't had any lunch and it's up as one. Yeah, bit of a surprise then when she get a pup and see what they go through. I hope she goes out of it really soon because you'd like her to grow into a fully grown dog. No, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, you're upstate New York. Everyone's got bad colds. Wow, upstate New York. I haven't been to New York since 1983 or 4, I think it was. Yeah, long time. I'd love to go shopping for clothes though. Wow, I see what some people get in the thrift stores and in America, and I have my envious eyes on. I'm like, wow, I could spend all day in there and a hell of a lot of money. But anyway, my lovelies, I'm going to let you all go because I'm expiring as we speak and I have muchly more things to do today. So have fun. Good hunting this week. I hope the sales pick up. Now, actually, oh God, number 2 thing I was supposed to talk about, I haven't. I'm going to do this fast. Scheduled listings for people with shops. If you don't have a shop on eBay, this will not apply to you. If you're a private seller, I don't know how it works. But what I've realised and found out, albeit I might be the last person in the room to have found this out, is that if you schedule listings I don't know about auction, well, anything. Schedule any listings. You get charged 10p an item. I have been scheduling listings for some time. My bills were a little higher, and I just thought maybe that's because I'm doing well on sales. However, it's been brought to my attention that we now get charged for scheduling items. So I have pulled the items I was going to schedule and will just go live with them on a daily basis because I'm not paying out any more money than I need to. I think it's really bad. I'm not pleased with eBay at this point. Love them as I do for many, many reasons, but there was no proper communication about this. And to just find out because your bills go up a lot is not the way to handle things. That's not good business. So scheduling's out the window for me. But just to let you know, if anyone else is following a system of scheduling listings, to double check and make sure. We used to get them for free. I know we did. And now I'm on a featured shop and we don't. So just check and look after yourselves and make sure you're not getting extra charges where you don't need them. I'll leave it out there. I'm sure it will get discussed in other bigger videos and perhaps on Nick and Andrew's channel at some point. But yeah, just to let you know. So take care. Bye-bye. Have fun. I'm going to try and end the broadcast now because I have to click lots of buttons to get out of here. Where's the door? Bye.